Am I the a-hole for not wanting to give my wife's friends $20 million, hypothetical, dollars? I might be the a-hole because, in context, it's kinda cheap of me not to give the money. Wife and I are not in an actual fight, this is more of a philosophical discussion. Yesterday my wife texted, "Powerball is up to $1 billion, get tickets." To which I reply, "If we win tell in 01. She said she entered into an agreement with her friends for them all to buy tickets, and if someone won give the others $5 million each. I said I was in no way beholden to that promise because we should discuss together how to spend $20 million. Her side is we wouldn't have bought the tickets if the group hadn't hatched this plan on a lark. Also, $20 million is a very small percentage of $1 billion. Her background, they met 20 plus years ago on a chat group and have grown incredibly close over those years. They talk, text every day, and usually meet up once a year. My side, I just learned that, apparently, if we come into wealth my wife is okay with spending multiple millions of dollars without discussion. That seems like a whole lot of money to spend without talking. Also, while this is a small percentage of the hypothetical winnings, it is still tens of millions of dollars. My background, these women have been good friends to my wife through decades, but they aren't really couple friends. I'm not involved in their chats and I've only met them one time in 20 years. They're essentially strangers to me, though on the occasion I met them I like them very much. Can't stress enough, we aren't really upset at each other, but it has made me scratch my head consider who's correct in their outlook.
Number 2.
Am I the a-hole for interrupting my neighbor's welfare check? I live with my partner in a block of apartments with rather thin walls and quite a growing number of families as of the last year. I came to find the reason we suddenly had so many moms and babies come through was because it's part of a refugee program. I was pleased as I worried it was mothers of domestic abuse as I'd never seen any fathers, and the front desk security wouldn't let my partner come in without heavy questioning one time. Fathers seem to have to sign in at the front desk. So we got a family of mom and daughter, likely 7 years old, move in across from us, while we also had a mom and daughter, same age, move in next to us. Soon we hear screaming coming from the kid across the hallway, no biggie as it's a kid and that happens. Mom seems stressed but can't blame her as kids can be hard work. But soon it's developed into the mother being a million times worse than the kid. Every morning like clockwork she screams at her kid and continues it into the hallway at 9 a.m. every day. I work from home and my partner can't get a lie in on the weekends, so it's been difficult working with it. I eventually opened the door one night and asked she close hers as she was shouting too loud. She shut her door and I assumed she got the idea I can hear a lot more than expected. But no, 2 days later she has me and my partner up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday shouting at her kid again. My partner goes over and when he knocked she basically opened it and then closed the door on his face. Then a last resort, with a little less patience I opened my door one morning after it being loud enough that I couldn't concentrate at work and said, "Please shut your mouth. You can't keep screaming at her like this." I assumed I had pushed it too far and retreated into my flat feeling rather sheepishly embarrassed for getting that annoyed at her in front of her daughter. This was all last week. Today, she had her welfare checker coming round for who knows what. How do I know? She had her door open. I'm trying to work, but then I heard a conversation of the woman saying she was gonna report us and that we have been aggressive and we have been complaining about the noise from the kids and how we were unreasonable. Worst part, the welfare lady was agreeing, saying that we likely don't have children and couldn't possibly understand, really emphasizing a motherhood struggle. After this I opened my door and said, "We have explained time and time again that we forgive you have a child, but not the way you scream at her. It's horrible to listen to and I believe you treat that child terribly," and closed my door. I was angry and irritated. I'm also not a fan of how I approached that. Am I the a-hole?
Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned for our next episode of Am I the A-Hole Here?